All right, so we're here on the Fulton 190. We acquired this piece as a 113 and an 80. They were both awesome, but combined, now all of a sudden we had two-side access, and this big field that was on the line became right in the heart. We've actually got this one sold, pre-market, under development.
I got a call from a gentleman who was actually interested in our Pike County 167 project that we did. That one sold so quickly and he didn't get a chance to come look at it. And he'd been following the development videos and is extremely impressed with, you know, what we do and how we do it and final product. So through our conversation, I told him that we were just starting another one here in Fulton County. He met us up here literally while logs were getting pulled out of here and it was looking its worst. And he was just so impressed with the stuff that he's seen online and our final products that he went ahead and pulled the trigger and bought the farm pre-market.
And he's not going to be disappointed because, I mean, we treating it just as if it's our own and developing it the way we would have with or without him involved in the front end, and he's going to really have a special piece here.
When I got here in December, it was really rough. That's when I really noticed, okay, yeah, this is some real potential. And as you're walking through with Bobby and Toby, and they're saying, okay, yeah, what about this for food? There's a south-facing slope over here. We have this trail system that pinches, make them deer walk right by you. We'll put a stand up. It's like a mathematical equation. You kind of put those pieces in place and it all makes sense. So to be able to like come in, have that kind of partner and have them do a lot of the heavy lifting that I would end up having to do, it made a lot of sense and was actually kind of an exciting way to do it. Taking a little bit of a leap of faith that it gets, you know, completed that way and looks that way all said and done. But Toby communicated with me a few times throughout the process, and so you get that feeling that, yeah, this is moving in the right direction.
So from that point over to here, it'll be oats and clover.
Right.
And then we got that Millennium ladder over there we hung.
Got it. Yep, I see ya.
And so like that, the reason that's there kind of is like, there's this big flat back here and these deer bed like crazy along there's a bench in there.
Right.
And it's all thick, it's all south facing. And then that stand and that stand both have these big ditches behind them. So if you're hunting there with the wind that way, at prime time, the thermals will pull into that ditch. Like if you just had a natural scrape on this field, say it's right over there,
okay,
and you have a north wind or a northwest and you got to hunt that stand,
yeah,
and he comes out of the center there, and then he goes over to that scrape and then he walks that edge,
yeah, then you're right.
You didn't get a shot at him, but by putting these here and then taking the mower and eliminating these scrape branches, when he comes out, no matter where, he's going to
come out here
to centered between the stands, so it's just up in your eye.
And you got a shot from either way.
There's a big flat on the other side, and there's a trail that goes in that we put there, so it comes out right in front of the box. Right. Even with no food or anything here, these deer are gonna they're gonna naturally do like that. But the tree koi and the road coming out there, and it's just more things to kind of like enhance the spot.
Absolutely.
So you'll have green and then standing food, late season setup. There will be many a deer shot out of these spots.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Many a good trail camera photo with that in the background.
All right, so it's like deja vu of the last spot we were just at because it has a flat. During the logging project, we hit that hillside and that point harder to thicken it up because it's a spot deer naturally want to bed because of the south facing and the terrain. And it does two things. A, it gives them the security where they topographically want to be anyway, but also when you come around that corner, if it's thick in there, they're less likely, they're not going to see you and take off like when it was wide open hardwood. We got this stand right here, and again, it's relative to that draw. So if you're hunting with like a straight west or a northwest, the thermals are going to be aligned with the wind direction. They're going to pull in that deep ditch, and that ditch is so deep, you're not going to have a problem with a lot of deer getting on the backside of you. So these deer are going to come out, and it's a classic staging. So you got the big crop fields out there to the south.
Right.
So I'm going to rip all this waterway.
Okay.
And so there was trees all the way. You can still see the little sprig. I wanted the deer to kind of flow through and on out. So made sure that the gap was a nice bow hunting gap, and then put the tree coy, obviously, so these deer will come out,
Right.
and then they'll squeeze through bow range as they go out to them big crops or whatever.
This field's gonna be fun. This is what we talked about that, yeah.
So I tucked it into that cedar, and I put the ladder behind the cedar.
Smart.
And then we'll mow the trail out into
straight
there.
back, so I can come in.
Yeah.
North wind, I'll just sneak in here behind that cedar.
And when you got 40 or 50 deer in the field at dark, you can slip out and go and never blow them up. Big picture here, you got a main draw this way, and then you got a main draw that way, and then a main draw that way. Big bedding ridge with cedar thicket. There's big thickets up there. So bucks are gonna be cruising the bottoms, especially now with these roads everywhere.
Right.
And they're gonna be cruising, coming off the points. Well, there's like a wall right there that Toby had, this was all kind of his idea.
Yeah.
So this tree is huntable, like you could put a ladder up in that locust.
Yeah, right.
So I put that stuff there, so now no deer are gonna cut through there. And then I even took the skid steer and connected the other road to here to coax those deer. So again, that's a spot that another ladder can go. And we got a ladder going in this one.
Okay.
All right. And then we walled it, sitting up in that cluster in a ladder with a west wind. These deer all have to come right through here. I'm gonna skid steer this out. I'm gonna root rake this next week probably, and get it leveled off from these holes. Just get it all leveled off and root raked, and then this sucker, I'll come over here for half a day and have all these plants.
This is gonna be so cool in here. Like, I can't wait to just sit. Right, it's that like first sit in every spot. You just want to be like, you know what I mean?
This is where you come when it November 6th through the 13th. Come in here all day long. You could hunt up here on this food plot, those time frames in the middle of the day, and you could see him.
Right.
And he could, but then he's gonna end up down here anyway. You know, or you can hunt up there and then he's gonna end up down here. It's just probability says if he's in this whole woodlot looking for does, he's gonna
end up here.
And especially because, and that's what these little plots are really designed to strategy-wise. It's almost less about like the food. Like that's about the food. This is more about like, you take a spot they wanna be already, and then now you're gonna have a ton of doe scent here. So when he's out looking, he's gonna come here to pick up a trail. So it's more like it's a place to concentrate scent to get him here.
You know, we were here back in December and it looked nothing like this. But you can envision clearing it out. You can envision pushing the trees, blocking certain spots. And I mean, this is perfect. This is exactly what we talked about, exactly what I wanted.
Over here, you basically like have the sexiest bedding area of all time there on the south facing hillside. This is like an east wind spot. So also in developing these farms, it's kind of like making sure that you have a diversified, you know, spots for different winds. One of the main issues though was access, because okay, it's east wind, but you got to get in there with east wind. So we also bulldoze the trail that goes in and all the way down the fence line.
Okay.
You got big crops out there on the neighbors. So again, transition, these deer are gonna come stage here, look for scent, mess around with those, and then go out into the fields.
There was a lot of benefit to me personally of just the way they set it up. The attention to detail, the food plots put in, the road systems, the funnels and pinch points, and then kind of that final step, the stands being hung, box blinds, which are great, especially for someone like me. You know, we have 4 kids. You know, as a dad, it's kind of nice to be able to sit with your kid and hunt, and it's even nicer to be able to do that in the box blind and be able to kind of still have, you know, be able to talk a little bit and kind of enjoy the day. I'm new to the property. It's gonna take some time to get to know things and get to know how it all lays out and the area. I'm new to the area as well. So to be able to lean on Toby and say, hey, Toby, you know, can you help me out with this specific issue, or can you point me in a direction to someone I can talk to about getting some sort of work done, is a huge benefit to me. And just knowing that, yeah, if he doesn't know, he'll be able to find out through his resources just being local down here. We look forward to probably building a cabin, maybe putting it in a pond, doing other things so we can enjoy it kind of year round, even outside of hunting, whether we just come here to, you know, spend the weekend, or come here to fish, or come here to, you know, hang stands or do work. For hunting season, it's all kind of, it's all different than your normal day-to-day, and it's a re-energizing sort of thing.